no matter what. Have feeling great.
Hello and welcome to Godlywood Studio and to the program Light of Knowledge. Dear friends, today we are continuing with the topic of mental pollution. In the future, it can cause a lot of setbacks. We do SWOT analysis, our strength. In the future, it may bring opportunities. Our weaknesses, it can be threats in the future. So let us also do a SWOT analysis. And to discuss further on this topic, as usual, we have Rupa Behenji in the studio. Let us welcome her. Rupa Behenji, welcome once again to the studio.
Thank you.
So today we are continuing with mental pollution. What are those aspects, those negativities which we need to be careful about?
There are many aspects which we have to take care about. Knowingly, unknowingly, we get into the trap of negativity. Maybe because of somebody's company, we hear something from someone and it start working in our mind. Like that we see there are many issues, but to explain here how the process of negative thinking creates negative cycle of action, one particular example let us take. If I have a negative tendency of jealousy, jealousy is like a burning fire, and that if I allow it to occupy my mind, whenever I see somebody moving little far or progressive comparatively to my progress, I try to hate that person. I dislike. That disliking starts. And later the step is that progress what they are moving or they are achieving, I try to create some obstacles. How? Maybe somebody who is helping them, I will start giving wrong message to them about that person. Or sometimes if they have already reached and they are very happy, then seeing their happiness, I am not happy. So I try many ways to destroy their happiness, or sometimes I may criticize them, not giving value of their effort, which will make their state of happiness shaken. Because when I don't support, oh yes, you have achieved this, it's nothing, not a big thing that you have achieved. There's two ways of expression. So immediately a person who is very happy with some achievement, he may think, oh, they are not appreciating. So their self
Mental level
appraisal
goes
comes down. This is one way. And later we see if it is amounting to the extremity, then some people destroy completely others so that their jealousy, the fire of jealousy is extinguishing in them. There
To
are two
destroy
things.
others, I think even words can be used
Of
to
course,
destroy
of
others.
course, of course, because very harsh words and try to damage their feelings, and we say backbiting,
These are all resulting from jealousy.
unhappy feelings. Yes, backbiting is damaging people's mind very seriously because they don't know the reality. They start thinking about it. If third person comes and say, look, about you somebody has spoken like this, maybe they will damage the other's character also through words, through message, and it's very serious injury. And being damaging this kind of things, they are damaging themselves also. Yet they will be happy with that. They know very well it is not going to give me any progress for myself, but still they don't want to see somebody's progress. I have one live example to share in this regard. In one of the village, brothers doing farming work, irrigation work, sunflower, there was a quarrel, and the elder brother was jealous about younger brother because he was working hard very much and having all good income, and the people in the village, they were appreciating, and elder brother could not see the name and fame of the younger brother. See, they are not from different family, own brothers. Yet jealousy can damage to that level. When he had a beautiful irrigation of this sunflower, the seeds have been sown, and after few months the trees grow, and then that beautiful scene when the sunflower blossoms, from far away you can see the whole field will be with beautiful blossomed flowers, and there is very less time to remove those seeds, and before that entire flowers will be laughing like this. So at that time you see this elder brother, what he did, he could not tolerate his maximum success of income or people appreciating whatever it is. One fine day, early morning, he took the tractor and destroyed the whole field of sunflower. So this poor brother came and saw, and nothing remained. Now this has happened. This example, what I am telling, this has happened. While destroying the whole field, nor the elder brother will gain anything, and nor the younger brother will gain. Of course, loss for younger brother, but it is again a greater damage because people will come to know who has done this. The next phase is what? People will not appreciate him, people will lose faith in him, they will not come to cooperate him, they will run away from him, they don't want to keep relation with them. All this is again a loss, but still jealousy destroys like this.
In this example, it was just the destruction of a sunflower field, but I think it can go to even extreme cases. I think people are ready to destroy the lives of others also.
Of course, son killing mother and husband killing wife and mother-in-law killing daughter-in-law, taking up life. Just imagine, they know after doing this act they will have to repent, they're ready to get punishment also, but jealousy is such a burning fire. Therefore it is better to save ourselves before it occupies our whole, our thoughts, feelings and emotions, so that we will become uncontrolled.
In jealousy, there are two parts, I think. The person who is actually getting jealous on someone, and the other who is being the victim of it. So let us take up the first case. As to the person who is having jealous thought about others, how can he tell himself or teach himself that this is going to be a problem for me in the future? Because actually someone else progressing cannot become a hindrance to my progress.
First of all, he should have faith in himself. Second thing, he should believe himself with his effort for progress. He should not allow himself to live or gain any progress or any profit with the effort of somebody. And the eternal law of karma, what it says, what you do, you reap the same. So why should I be jealous of others? What they have done in the past, they are gaining. So if I want to gain, let me sow the seeds right now. Definitely I will gain. Simple answer. At that time we just compare with each other and we forget the law that they have already sown the seeds previously in the previous time, and now it's time for them to reap the fruit. Now for me it is time to sow the seeds and I will get it back. But till that time you have to wait.
And I think we should be happy that others are reaping the result for what they have sown in the past. I think this happiness, if it is genuine, somebody else is having good result, I think the same result will come to me in the future also.
Yes, because this eternal law of action plays equally and without any differences to everybody, applies the same. And that's why we should have this knowledge. This is called light of knowledge. Without this light of knowledge, people commit such mistakes in life.
We should look at the other side also. A person is being the victim of some strong jealousy from maybe some dear and near or some colleague or someone. So what attitude he can keep?
First of all, he has to help himself. How? If I come to know this person is filled with the jealousy, let him not show his success or happiness more in front of him, so that will flare up more. Just be humble, quiet, and try to help him as much as possible. And internally, he has to pass the vibrations of love to him.
See, when you say this, I think I know people who has told me, I repaint my house every 15 days so that the other people may become jealous.
Yes.
He want other people to become jealous, so he repaints his house every 15 days, change his car every month. He want others to. So this attitude is also in the society.
This is again, false pride, I can say, that people should look me and feel jealous of me. That means already I have a negative thought, and I am sowing negative thought, allowing others to sow negative thought in their minds, and both are wrong. And that's how today we see lot of negative energies is spreading in our world, and we don't want to trust each other. We cannot smile with each other. We cannot walk in the street fearlessly because I can't trust anybody because of this negative thoughts energy.
Along with it, the person who is being the victim of jealousy, he doesn't have to worry about that actually, because he is, as you said, reaping the result of his own past karma. Nobody can do anything on it.
Of course, nobody can snatch the fruits what he has to gain. But as I explained now, jealousy is like a fire and it can destroy. Na? Fire can destroy, and therefore he has to keep a protection because that can flare up any time. So for that he should take care of himself and also constantly observe no damage is taking place and try to love the person who is having jealousy. Not to say that I love you, but internally let him have that feelings constantly, and few minutes let him think of God and take the power of God's vibrations which can pass to the person who is having so much negativity, and that will help both of them.
Jealousy is such a fire which can destroy anyone, and especially the person who is holding it. So, how can a person understand that he is jealous with the help of knowledge and try to change it? How meditation and knowledge helps in this?
First of all, he feels uncomfortable within himself. Second thing, he won't be happy. Third thing, he cannot resist somebody's praise in front of him.
He cannot tolerate it.
Tolerate. He can't listen, first of all. This shows his mind is so narrow that I see the ability of somebody, something doing very good. I am not able to give a word of appreciation because jealousy burns all good qualities in him. He cannot share, he cannot be loveful, he cannot be appreciating others. All this goodness will be put in a box and locked. And therefore, it is better to keep ourselves more free from this negativity and have loveful attitude and accept ourselves that I do for myself. I need not see other success or gain or loss, but let me focus on my actions and my behavior. What I do, it comes to me. This one concept is enough to come out of that. For that, how meditation helps, because a jealous person burns inside. Like a fire burns, then everything gets destroyed. Then his feelings and emotions will be so burning. So, first of all, he has to calm down his mind, love thyself first, and then start loving God because He can give him energy to do what he wants. And this contemplation of these positive thoughts every day, finally, it can eradicate this negative jealousy from him. And in that place, let him feel the brotherly love with each other.
This is very revealing because this negative attitude of jealousy, if we keep it in our mind, as you said, it is like a fire and it will destroy the person who is holding it. So I think we will have to look a little bit deeper into ourselves to find out what I have, any negativity in the mind. And I think it is now time for the question from the public. So we move on to it.
I'm Sanjeev Kumar, coming from Chandigarh. Visit first time here. So my question is that we can find the God from only one institute, or like that some other from the other institutes.
Benji, I think this question has been put by many people listening to the godly knowledge that only this institution spreads the godly knowledge. We can find God only here. As such, every spiritual institution claims in some way or another that you can find God here. So, as such, it is a very practical question.
To answer this question, I think I have to share personally of my experience. From my childhood, I have been in search of God. I had a thought that if at all God exists, I should meet Him in this life itself. If I don't get that opportunity, then I believe there is no God. This was my thought from my childhood. My mother, being very devotional, she used to take me to all holy places, irrespective of caste, creed, whatever. So, all religious places. So, my observation, the statements about God or whatever they used to tell, always it was ending with one more query.
Hmm.
And therefore, I decided in my life that sometime I should get an opportunity where the entire truth of His existence will be given me. So I came into Brahma Kumaris contact with a simple introduction. Simply they called and they said, you please take minimum 7 hours, 7 days course. And that too was given to my mother, not to me because I was small. But this deeper thought which I was having, I don't know whom to share. So I just accompanied and I could get the full answer. And so my journey began. And therefore, brother who has asked this question, if at all anybody wants the entire recognition of God as who He is, where He is, what He is, how He acts in this world, and whether we can meet Him directly and whether we can speak and how to enjoy all relation, all that answers, definitely you will get answers from Brahma Kumaris.
It is all a personal experience because everybody's journey is different. So the answers for me sometimes can be right for the other person, sometimes it cannot be. But I think this comprehensive study on God and all other attributes of spirituality as given by God Himself, I think
Yes.
this will lead everyone to the right path eventually. And I think for that, brother will have to experiment for himself so that he can find this out very clearly and little bit experimenting on this knowledge also, I think.
Yeah, just taking basic course, he will get the full identity of him. Experiencing, he may have to practice or give little time more, but knowing first of all, for that we give an introduction lesson, which will itself gives the answers to them.
Everyone has the capacity to decide for themselves this is right or not. So I think this discrimination power will eventually give us the right answers also. Benji, I think now it is time for move on to the next part, that is the attitude, virtue and contemplation. What is today's attitude and today's virtue?
The attitude today, we shall take up the attitude of adjustment. Adjustment is a very important attitude if we develop in ourselves. Then wherever we are with whichever group of people, we will remain happy and we can make others also happy. And where there is the attitude of adjustment, the virtue supporting will be fearless. I will not be afraid of anybody. I can't live with him or I can't adjust with this person. So there is no fear. So to be fearless, the attitude we have to develop is adjustment.
Adjusting is a word which sometimes some people may find a little bit conflicting because nobody want to adjust in a way. But basically I think in our life such situation come that we will have to adjust and adapt to the circumstances so that we can find that peace of mind.
We have to, it's painful.
Hmm.
We can, with joy, we adjust each other, then that gives happiness.
Can we have a reflection on that?
Sit in a comfortable position. Visualize yourself as a tiny point of light. I am the master of my life. I have a choice to act in my own way from morning till night. I now develop an attitude of adjustment which is so playful, not painful. Adjusting is just accepting. Try to help others and try to mold myself so that others can have easiness with me and I can be with them with ease. Let anything come in my life, I will never give up hope. Always I help myself, help others with the thought of hope, with the power of positive energy to reach the goal. I am a star of success. When I have this attitude, the virtue that supports me is fearless. I don't get afraid of others or others' nature or behavior. I can have sweet relationship with others. Therefore, I become fearless of whatever the nature or behavior of others I see. Like ocean accommodates all kinds of rivers and things inside and gives back only diamonds when the wave comes to the shores. Similarly, keeping my heart big, I try to accommodate everybody and adjust with them. This makes life more meaningful and beautiful. Om Shanti.
As usual, Benj, I think you have taken us again to a different region of total calmness and peace. So, from behalf of viewers, I think it is heartfelt thanks to you to come to the studio
Thank
and
you.
give this discussion. Thank you very much. So, dear friends, let us keep this momentum going. Keep your mind filled with positive thoughts. Issues may come, but it is important how quickly we let it go and catch hold of what is valuable to us. And the less time we take for it, the more it is better for ourselves and our future. And stay tuned. Please send in your queries and suggestions if you have any, which will help us to make this program even better. And until we meet again in the next episode, it is a goodbye from all of us in the studio. Thank you very much.